You guys can check out the link in the description box of Sylvester Stallone, aka that Rocky Balboa bastard, saying, "This fucking nigger here, this fucker." Now, it seems like he was coming out of some type of restaurant, or maybe he was walking down the street, and TMZ, was following him with the camera, and he referred to another white guy as a nigger. And, I find this to be, it's not really shocking because, like I said, this year we've had a lot of people within the entertainment field come out and display certain racist characteristics, or, just say a lot of derogatory things and basically show their true colors. And, I don't know where you guys live at, but where I stay at, you have whites, you have Hispanics, you have Asians, and of course you have black people that refer to each other as nigger. I remember I was at, I think I was at CVS, picking up something. There was some white kids outside the store saying, "Hey, nigga, what you doing? Oh, what's up, nigga? Let's go over here and do it." And I'm like, wow, these are some, skateboarding Tony Hawk looking motherfuckers. White kids outside the store calling each other niggas. So this is the type of society that we live in. And part of this goes back to the culture of hip hop, and how us within our community, meaning the black community, refer to each other as niggas. And I made videos about us getting that out of our vocabulary. And I know there's people out there that try to say, "Oh, we're taking the power back," or it's a difference from when a white person says it or when we say it to each other. But that's complete bullshit. It does not matter what you try to put on top of a derogatory word or something that was meant to be harmful to our people. It's still the same thing. I could take a dollar bill and, feel like I want to say it's $100 bill, but at the end of the day, a dollar bill is only going to be worth a dollar bill, no matter what I try to say it is. If I say I'm giving you $100, but you see it's George Washington on the bill, you're going to say this is not $100, this is a dollar bill. So you have to look at that when it comes to the word nigger. We have to get that out of our vocabulary. And, I can't stress that enough. It's not a term of endearment. We're not, acting like we're cool or like we have our own, dialect or whatever. It's a form of ignorance on our part, because there were people who were hung, and that was the last words they heard. There were people during the slavery times that were called a nigger on a day-to-day basis, probably 3 times an hour, and this is not excusing that Sylvester Stallone, asshole, for saying that, because first of all, I think he's entirely too old to be throwing that word around, using it as, maybe just a word calling someone ignorant, or just using it just trying to be cool. I think he's entirely too old to be doing that, and he knows better. And I don't know if he's been hanging around a bunch of brothers that's using that word. He just felt like because there's a bunch of white people around, he could throw that word out and nobody would catch it. But for you white people out there that feel like it's okay to walk around and say nigger this, nigger that, or nigger, and feel like it's cool, or you're just saying it because you're part of hip hop culture or whatever, don't get upset when somebody busts your ass or beat the shit out of you, because there's brothers and sisters out there like myself that do not tolerate that. And as far as when it comes to my people, I don't see what's so hard with us referring to each other as, hey, what's going on, brother? How you doing, brother? Or how you doing, sister? How is that so hard? Why do we have to refer to each other as niggas? A nigga is someone who, is ignorant. It was a word to demean us as a people. I know, Tupac came out with that shit, never ignorant, getting gold accomplished. But, and I understand the philosophy behind that. But at the same time, it does not take away the actual meaning of that word. The word is derogatory and it's harmful. And it doesn't help that we have, cats out here like Jay-Z and Kanye making records like Niggas in Paris, giving America and the world as a whole the permission to go out here and call each other niggas and use that word. So, when it comes to things like this, we have to come down and check people who use these words like, Paula Deen and Sylvester Stallone and all these other assholes out here that want to throw the word nigger around willy-nilly like it's nothing, or like they have no type of sense of history or what that word means to black folks here in this country. But at the same time, we have to look at ourselves in the mirror. Black folks determine what's cool, what's the next hot thing, what's going to be hot in the media, or new terms and lingos. And look what Snoop did for shizzle my nizzle. You had white people going around talking about for shizzle my nizzle like it was the thing to do and didn't even know what it meant. And it's some white person somewhere, sitting on their ass or digging in their ass watching TV. They got knocked on their ass sometime in their life for saying my shizzle my nizzle and don't even know what it meant. And it wasn't until they got the shit beat out of them until they realized, oh, that means what's up, my nigga. So, these are the things that we have to be aware of, and we have to be very mindful within the black community, the things that we say and we do. Because everybody is watching us and they use our words against us. Everything they do, everything we do to each other and we say to each other, they use that against us. So it's very important to watch what we do and what we say. Now, I know there's a lot of you guys out there be like, oh, well, here go Nas again talking about the word nigga and how we shouldn't say it. But I want you guys to really think about that word. Think about the history of it, the pain. Your ancestors that heard that word as a derogatory meaning on a day-to-day basis. Don't come out here and talk all this, power to the people, black shit, but then you go around, you demean another brother or sister and call him a nigga. We're not taking the power back. We're feeding into the negativity. So I want you guys to sit back and I want you to really think about that word. Do your history. Go to the library instead of, getting on the internet, on Facebook and looking up porn on the show. I want you guys to really do your homework and your history on the word nigga. And I want you to ask yourself, is that word really worth being said to each other? Or to seem like you're cool, you're in the in crowd? Because it's not. Until that Sylvester Stallone Joker and everybody else who's been throwing around the word nigga, you guys need to really check yourself, because what's going to happen, somebody's going to knock the shit out of you. Everybody does not tolerate that. And, if you want respect, you need to give respect. Because if we go around here and we say, hey, what's up, my wetback, or what's up, beaner, or what's up, kite, or what's up, crack, or peckerwood, or hunky, it'd be a whole different story. They'll say, look, the black people, this is reverse racism. Look what they're saying to each other. They're using the word cracker and peckerwood and honky and beer and wetback and spit. So you think about that. And you think about how it's cool for us to demean each other, but it's not cool when we demean other people. But I'm out. Peace.